It's a tough feeling, isn't it? That feeling of always being broke. It can follow you around like a shadow. It gnaws at you, day in and day out. You work hard. You really do. You try to make ends meet, to pay your bills on time. Yet somehow, your money just seems to vanish into thin air. It often feels like a constant, exhausting struggle. A relentless battle you believe you can never quite win. This isn't just your story, please know that. It is the silent story of millions of people. This topic is more relevant today than ever before. The world is changing fast. Prices for everyday things keep going up. Think about groceries, gas, and rent. Job security can feel shaky at times. It is so easy to feel completely overwhelmed by it all. Understanding your money, truly understanding it, is not a luxury anymore. It is an absolute necessity for survival and for peace of mind. It is about taking back control of your life. It is about building a secure and stable future for yourself and your loved ones. This essay is for you if you are tired of the constant worry. So, let's get right to it. Let's ask the big question, the one you might have been avoiding. Why are you always broke? Take a moment with that. It can be a very tough question to face, I know. The answer might not be simple or easy to hear. It might even make you feel a little uncomfortable. But confronting this question honestly is the absolute first step. It is the most crucial step towards achieving real, lasting change in your financial life. So, let's ask it again, together. Why does your bank account always seem to be empty before your next paycheck arrives? The truth is, the answer is often multifaceted. It is rarely just one single thing that keeps you in this cycle. It is usually a complex combination of different factors. These can include your daily spending habits, some of which you might not even be aware of. They can include deep-seated beliefs about money that you learned a long time ago. Perhaps there's a lack of practical financial knowledge or education. Or maybe you've followed some poor advice in the past. It is not usually just bad luck. It is not solely because you don't earn enough money, though income certainly plays a part. We need to look at all these pieces. Please understand this. Let's talk about budgeting. Does that word make you groan? For many, budget sounds like a punishment. It sounds like restriction. But what if I told you a budget is not a cage? It's a key to freedom. It helps you see exactly how much money you have coming in and going out. This knowledge is incredibly powerful. It puts you back in the driver's seat. So, a budget isn't about restriction. It is about awareness. It is about empowerment. It's time to see budgeting as your friend, not your enemy. Now, let's look at another big reason people struggle. It is something we all do to some extent. I am talking about excessive spending. This is when your spending habits consistently outpace your income, or when you spend money on things you don't truly need, often at the expense of your financial well-being. It can be a tricky thing to identify in ourselves. Those small, seemingly harmless purchases can add up. That daily fancy coffee, the latest gadget, the clothes you wear once. They are like tiny leaks in a boat. Eventually, they can sink you. What drives this excessive spending? Sometimes it is impulse. You see something, you want it, you buy it, without much thought about whether you need it or can afford it. Other times, it is emotional spending. You feel sad, stressed, or even bored, so you shop. You buy things to get a temporary lift, a little dopamine hit. And then there's the pressure to keep up. Keeping up with friends, with trends, with what you see on social media. This desire to fit in or impress others can lead to very costly decisions. We start to confuse our wants with our actual needs. The problem with this kind of spending is the cycle it creates. You get a brief moment of pleasure from the purchase, but that feeling fades quickly, doesn't it? Then the financial reality sets in. The credit card bill arrives. The guilt might creep in. You might feel even more stressed than before. This pattern of spending can lead to debt. It can prevent you from saving for your future. It can keep you stuck in that paycheck-to-paycheck existence. It is a trap that is very easy to fall into, especially in our consumer-driven world. Recognizing these spending triggers is the first powerful step. Start to question your purchases. Before you buy something, ask yourself, do I truly need this? Can I really afford this right now? How will this purchase impact my financial goals? Is there a less expensive way to get what I want? Or is this an emotional purchase? Learning to pause and reflect can make a huge difference. It is about becoming a more conscious consumer. It is about aligning your spending with your true values and your long-term financial health. Not just with fleeting desires. The price of financial illiteracy. Many lack financial education. Let's be very clear about this. It's not your fault. Schools don't teach practical money skills. Families often avoid financial discussions. Terms like interest rates and credit scores can be confusing. Many people are in the same boat. Managing money without understanding it is tough. It's like playing a game without knowing the rules. This lack of knowledge can have serious consequences. It can lead to poor financial decisions. You might sign up for a credit card without understanding the high interest charges. You might take out a loan with unfavorable terms. You might miss out on opportunities to make your money grow. It can make you vulnerable to scams or bad advice. When you do not understand the basics, it is easy to be misled. This can cost you dearly over time. Often, this lack of understanding creates a cycle of avoidance. Because financial topics seem so complex and overwhelming, people tend to shut down. They avoid looking at their bank statements. They avoid planning for retirement. They avoid seeking financial advice because they are afraid of looking foolish, or they are afraid of what they might find out. This fear and avoidance only make the problem worse. It keeps you in the dark. It prevents you from taking control. It allows financial problems to grow bigger and more unmanageable over time. But here is the good news. The really good news. It is never, ever too late to learn. You do not need a degree in finance to manage your money well. You can start small. Read simple articles about personal finance. Listen to reputable podcasts. Watch educational videos. There are so many free or low-cost resources available today. The goal is to build your knowledge one step at a time. Even understanding a few key concepts can make a massive difference. It can empower you to make smarter choices. It can give you the confidence to take charge of your financial future. The debt spiral, more than just numbers. Debt is a heavy weight, a constant source of worry and stress. It can start small, like using a credit card for everyday expenses. Interest charges pile up, and the debt grows fast. Soon, you might use one credit card to pay off another. This is the debt spiral, a dangerous cycle. It can make you feel trapped, with no way out. But acknowledging your debt is the first step to overcoming it. There are strategies to manage and reduce debt. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You can become debt-free. How consumer culture hijacks your wallet. We live in a world that constantly screams, "Buy more." Advertisements are everywhere you look. They are on your phone, on your television, on billboards. They make you feel like you need the latest thing. This is consumer culture. It tells you that what you have is not enough. It whispers that happiness is just one purchase away, and it can be very damaging to your finances. This culture sells a dream of a better life, a more exciting life, a more fulfilling life, all supposedly available through buying things. It cleverly links material possessions with success, with love, with status. You see images of happy, beautiful people surrounded by luxury. The unspoken message is clear. If you buy these things, you too can be like them. This creates a deep-seated desire for more, more, more. Even when what you have is perfectly fine. Even when buying more means going into debt or sacrificing your savings for the future. It is so easy to get caught up in this. You might not even realize how much these messages influence your spending choices. That urge to upgrade your phone when your current one works perfectly well. That feeling that your wardrobe is outdated after scrolling through social media. That is consumer culture at work. It creates an artificial sense of need. It makes you feel dissatisfied with your current circumstances. It pushes you towards spending money you might not have, or money that could be used for much more important things, like building an emergency fund or investing in your future. Understanding this influence is the first step to fighting back. Recognize that these messages are designed to make you spend. It is not a reflection of your true needs or your worth. You can choose to define success and happiness on your own terms, not by the things you own. Start questioning the why behind your desires to buy. Are you buying something because you genuinely need it? Or are you buying it because consumer culture has convinced you that you do? Taking a moment to pause and reflect can save you a lot of money and a lot of future heartache. Now let's talk about another powerful force: peer pressure. This isn't just something teenagers deal with. Adults face it all the time, especially with money. You see your friends going on expensive vacations. Your colleagues might drive fancy cars or live in big houses. Your social media feed is full of people showing off their latest purchases. It is natural to feel a pull to keep up. You want to fit in. You want to be accepted. You don't want to feel like you are being left behind. This desire can lead to spending money you simply cannot afford. The pressure can be direct, or it can be very subtle. Sometimes friends might openly comment on your older phone or your modest car. Other times, it is an unspoken expectation. The expectation to join in on expensive dinners or weekend trips. The fear of saying no because you are worried about what others might think. Or because you suffer from FOMO, the fear of missing out. You don't want to miss the experiences your friends are having. So you stretch your budget. You dip into savings. Or worse, you go into debt. Just to maintain an image or a social connection. Social media has made this pressure even more intense. People usually only post the highlights of their lives. The perfect vacations, the expensive gifts, the glamorous outings. It creates a distorted view of reality. It can make you feel like everyone else is living a life of luxury, and that you are somehow failing if you are not. This constant comparison can be incredibly damaging to your self-esteem, and it can be devastating for your bank account. You end up chasing a lifestyle that might be completely fabricated or funded by debt you cannot see. It is so important to remember that what you see is not always the full picture. Those people living seemingly perfect lives might be struggling with their own secret financial battles. Your worth is not determined by the car you drive or the clothes you wear. True friends will value you for who you are, not for what you own. It takes courage to live within your means. It takes strength to say no to things you cannot afford. But doing so is essential for your long-term financial well-being and for your peace of mind. Focus on your own goals, not on someone else's highlight reel. Beyond outside pressures, your own mind can be your biggest financial enemy, or your greatest ally. We all have beliefs about money, but many people carry around negative or limiting beliefs about money. Beliefs that hold them back without them even realizing it. These beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. The first step to changing these beliefs is to become aware of them. Replacing these limiting beliefs with more empowering ones is crucial. Beliefs like, I am capable of managing my money wisely, or money is a tool that can help me achieve my goals. We touched on emotional spending earlier. Stress can wreck our finances. For many, spending money is a coping mechanism. It provides a temporary distraction, but the relief is short-lived, and the original stressor remains. This creates a vicious cycle. Stress leads to spending and more financial stress. Find healthier coping mechanisms: exercise, meditation, or hobbies. Build emotional awareness to protect your finances. The I want it now trap, derailing your future for today's thrill. Our desire for instant gratification can sabotage long-term financial security. We prefer immediate rewards over future ones. A delicious piece of cake now often sounds better than long-term benefits. It's the same with money. Spending today feels good immediately. Saving for a far-off goal doesn't offer that instant thrill. This preference for now can sabotage your financial security. It's a powerful psychological trap. Our modern world fuels this I want it now mentality. We have instant access to almost everything: instant coffee, instant messaging, on-demand movies, same-day delivery. We are used to getting what we want, when we want it. This spills over into our financial lives. We see something we desire, and we want to own it right away. Even if it means putting it on a credit card. Even if it means not having money for more important future needs. The lure of immediate pleasure often overpowers our rational thinking about consequences. The ability to delay gratification is a cornerstone of building wealth. It means choosing to forgo a smaller, immediate pleasure for a larger, more significant reward later on. It means saying no to that impulse purchase today so you can say yes to financial freedom tomorrow. This is not always easy. It requires discipline. It requires a clear vision of your future goals. It requires understanding that small sacrifices now can lead to big payoffs down the road. It is about consciously choosing your future self over your impulsive present self. A choice that many find hard to make consistently. So, how do you combat this powerful urge? Start by making your future goals more tangible. Visualize what you are saving for. Create a vision board. Write down your goals and look at them regularly. This helps make the future reward feel more real and desirable. Break down large, distant goals into smaller, more achievable milestones. This provides a sense of progress and more frequent wins. And practice mindfulness with your spending. Before you buy, ask, is this a need or an instant want? Will this purchase truly move me closer to my long-term financial peace? Recognizing and resisting the now trap is empowering. Crafting a budget that frees you. We have talked about why you might be broke. Now it is time for action. The most powerful tool in your new financial toolkit is a budget. I know, that word again. Many of you hear budget and think diet. But a budget is not a punishment. It is your personal financial roadmap. It gives you control, clarity, and power over your money. So, how do you create this roadmap? Start by tracking every penny you spend. Use a notebook, an app, or bank statements. Consistency is key. Once you have a clear picture, categorize your expenses into needs and wants. Use the 50-30-20 rule as a guideline. Tailor it to your life, income, and goals. Remember, your budget is a living document. Review it regularly. This keeps you engaged and accountable, helping you stay on the path to your financial dreams. Trimming the fat, smart ways to cut costs without starvation. Now that you have a budget, let's cut unnecessary expenses. This isn't about misery or deprivation. It's about smart choices and identifying money leaks. Start with subscription services. Cancel what you don't use. Review daily habits. That daily coffee adds up. Question brand loyalty. Is the premium worth it? Pack your own lunches. Meal prep on Sundays. Institute a 24-hour waiting period before non-essential buys. Explore free or low-cost entertainment options. Negotiate better rates with service providers. Small, consistent changes lead to big financial wins. Shift towards value-based spending. Align spending with your values and goals. If travel is your passion, cut back elsewhere. Saving for a home? Prioritize that. This is about empowerment, not deprivation. Align spending with your deepest values. Cutting expenses won't feel like a sacrifice. It will feel like a smart, deliberate choice. Expanding your financial horizons. Ways to boost your income. Budgeting and cutting expenses are crucial, but sometimes not enough. Increasing your income is the next step. Look at your current job. Are you paid what you're worth? Research and prepare a case for a raise. Explore opportunities for overtime or promotions. Don't wait for opportunities. Seek them out. Consider side hustles and freelancing. Use your skills to earn extra money. Offer freelance writing, pet sitting, or virtual assistant services. The gig economy offers flexibility. Drive for a ride-sharing service or deliver food. Teach a skill you have. Dedicate a few hours each week to a side hustle. Even modest extra income can make a big difference. Monetize assets you already possess. Sell unused items or rent out a spare room. Think creatively about increasing your income. It's about being resourceful with your skills, time, and possessions. Leverage what you have to boost your income. Building your financial fortress. The crucial emergency fund. An emergency fund is crucial for financial security. Life is unpredictable and unexpected expenses happen. An emergency fund is your financial shield. Aim for 3 to 6 months' worth of essential expenses. Start small. Any amount is better than zero. Consistency is key. Save regularly. Automate your savings. Prioritize your future security. Keep your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. It should be accessible, but separate from everyday funds. The money needs to be liquid. Avoid investing it in the stock market. A fully funded emergency fund provides peace of mind. It allows you to handle unexpected expenses calmly. It gives you financial cushion and options. Break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. Achieve true financial stability and independence. Face life's uncertainties with confidence. An emergency fund empowers you. From red to black. Sarah's journey out of the debt trap. Sarah was drowning in credit card debt. It started small but quickly grew. Minimum payments ate up her paycheck. She felt trapped and ashamed. One day, she decided to face her fear. She laid out all her bills and added up the numbers. The total was shocking, but she decided to take control. She created a budget and tracked every dollar. She made cuts and found free ways to socialize. She learned about the debt snowball method. She listed her debts from smallest to largest. She paid off the smallest debt first, then moved to the next. It took 2 years, but she paid off all her debt. Today, Sarah is debt-free with an emergency fund. She feels empowered and in control of her money. Her journey shows the power of budgeting and determination. You can take control of your financial life. Start with small steps and stay committed. Achieve financial freedom like Sarah. Now, let's talk about Mark. Mark worked as a cashier but felt stuck. His paycheck barely covered his expenses. He needed to find a way to bring in more money. Mark was good with computers and enjoyed helping people. He decided to turn this interest into something more. He took free and low-cost courses to learn IT support and web design. He dedicated a few evenings each week to learning. After a few months, he started offering tech support services. He put up flyers and told friends and family. Slowly, word spread, and he got more clients. He built a website showcasing his services. He started getting small freelance jobs. Every extra dollar was a victory. Over the next year, his side hustle grew. He earned more from freelancing than his cashier job. Eventually, he focused full-time on his IT business. Today, Mark earns 3 times what he used to make. He has paid off his debts and is saving for a house. Mark's story shows the power of initiative and learning. Let me share Lisa's story. Lisa grew up in a family where money was always a source of stress. As an adult, Lisa found herself constantly struggling financially. One day, she stumbled upon a personal finance book. It was a revelation for Lisa. She began to identify and challenge her limiting beliefs. Lisa decided to consciously work on changing her money mindset. She practiced daily affirmations and educated herself about personal finance. As her knowledge grew, so did her confidence. Slowly but surely, Lisa's financial situation began to improve. She felt empowered and in control. Your mindset is the foundation of your financial success. Finally, I want to tell you about the Thompson family. There was David, Susan, and their 2 young children. They were living paycheck to paycheck. David was a delivery driver, and Susan worked part-time at a local school. After bills, there was rarely anything left. They dreamed of owning their own home. A small house with a yard for the children to play in. But that dream felt impossible. They were stressed about money constantly. It caused tension in their marriage. They knew something had to change. One evening, they sat down together. They had a long, honest talk about their finances. They laid all their worries on the table. They decided to tackle this challenge as a team. No more blaming each other. No more avoiding the tough conversations. They were in this together. Their first step was to create a detailed family budget. They tracked their spending for a month meticulously. They were surprised to see where their money was going. Small, unconscious spending habits were adding up to a significant amount each month. This new awareness was their starting point for taking control. The Thompsons made a plan. They identified areas where they could cut back without making life miserable. They reduced their takeout meals. They looked for free family activities on weekends. David started taking on a few extra delivery shifts when he could. Susan started a small home-based baking business on the side, selling cakes and cookies to friends and neighbours. Every little bit of extra income and savings went into a special house fund. They made a chart and put it on the refrigerator. They coloured it in every time they reached a small savings milestone. This visual reminder kept them motivated and focused on their shared dream. It made the process feel more like a game. It took the Thompson family 3 years of consistent effort and teamwork. There were ups and downs. There were times they felt discouraged. But they kept supporting each other. They celebrated small victories along the way. And then, one day, they reached their goal. They had saved enough for a down payment on a modest home in a good neighbourhood. The joy and pride they felt were immense. The Thompsons' story shows the incredible power of working together towards a common financial goal. It shows that with a clear plan, discipline, and mutual support, even big dreams can become a reality. They didn't just buy a house. They built a stronger family and a more secure future. We have covered a lot of ground together, haven't we? We explored why you might feel broke. We looked at budgeting and overspending, not knowing enough about money, the burden of debt. These are real challenges. Many people face them every day. You are not alone. Know that deep in your heart. Many have walked this path before you. We delved into the mind games money can play, the pressure from consumer culture, the endless message to buy. Keeping up with others can drain your bank account. Limiting beliefs about money. Old tapes telling you what you can or cannot achieve. Stress and emotions can lead to spending you later regret. Understanding these forces is important. It is the first step to disarming them. It is how you start to take your power back. The journey to financial well-being is personal. It requires honesty, courage, and a willingness to change. You have seen that the reasons for financial struggle are often complex. They are a mix of habits, mindsets, and external pressures. But none of these things are insurmountable. You have the power to change your habits. You have the power to shift your mindset. You have the power to resist external pressures. This essay aimed to show you that. It aimed to light a path for you. Remember the stories of Sarah, Mark, Lisa, and the Thompsons. They faced debt, income limitations, and negative beliefs. They faced family financial stress. Yet, they all found their way to a better financial life. They are not superheroes. They are ordinary people, just like you. They made a decision to change. They took action. They learned. They persisted. Their success is proof that you can do this too. Their journeys are a testament to what is possible when you commit to your financial health. You can rewrite your money story. So, where do you begin this transformative journey? The answer is simple. You begin right where you are. You begin today. The single most important step is the first one. It is the step that breaks inertia. It is the step that starts the momentum towards a brighter financial future. Just focus on that very first step. It could be tracking your spending for just one day, and do it. Today. Imagine a life where money is not a constant source of stress. Picture yourself waking up feeling calm and secure about your finances. Imagine having enough money to cover your needs, and enough to pursue your dreams. Imagine being free from the crushing weight of debt. Imagine making financial decisions with clarity and confidence. This is not a far-fetched fantasy. This can be your reality. This is the future you are working towards. This is the life you truly deserve to live. It is within your reach. Taking control of your finances is about so much more than just numbers in a bank account. It is about freedom. The freedom to make choices, the freedom to leave a job you dislike, the freedom to help your loved ones, the freedom to pursue your passions. It is about security, knowing you can handle unexpected emergencies, knowing you are building a stable future for yourself and your family. It is about peace of mind, the kind of deep internal peace that comes from knowing you are in charge of your life. This is the ultimate reward. The journey may have its challenges. There will be days when you feel like giving up. There will be temptations to fall back into old habits. That is normal. That is human. The important thing is to not let those moments define your journey. When you stumble, get back up. Forgive yourself. Refocus on your goals. Remember why you started. Reach out for support if you need it. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. You have the resilience to see this through to success. So, I encourage you, I implore you, to take that first step today. Embrace the knowledge you have gained. Use the tools we have discussed. Start building the financial life you desire and deserve. You are the author of your financial story. You hold the pen. Make it a story of empowerment. Make it a story of resilience. Make it a story of triumph. The power to change your financial life is in your hands. Right now. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. Now go out there and make it happen. Your brighter future awaits.